Tang Shui Min Hao, welcome back students. And I say welcome back students for those who have been students of mine for the past several years, where I teach at the church, the YMCAs, and the senior centers. I welcome you back. And for those of you who are here for the first time, welcome to Yang Style Tai Chi. We went through, and something I neglected to mention at the end, I'm not going to go through at the beginning of every session and go through the warm-ups. I will ask your indulgence that you go through and you do the warm-ups prior to us starting. So we went through, quick review on what we did in our first session after the warm-ups, the first several movements of the form. And this, by the way, this form consists of only 16 movements, but as we get a little more into the form, you'll discover the Chinese have an interesting way of counting, and I'll let it go at that. So, prepare. Begin. Raise hands. Wave hands like clouds. Single whip. Fist under elbow. Drop the shoulders, sink the chest, round the back. White crane spreads its wings. And that's where we stopped after our first tutorial section. Now moving into the next several movements, you'll discover that we're coming into a series of movements where there's a whole series of animal names associated with the form, and you'll see that they also have this combination of alternating compression and expansion, closing and stretching. This emphasizes the yin and yang principles of Taoism that are incorporated as part of Tai Chi. So, moving ahead from white crane spreads its wings. Facing this direction, feet are shoulder width apart, turn the right toe 45 degrees, sink the weight into the right foot, a little half step forward, left toe touching the ground, left heel off the ground, left hand pushing down. Think of it as the left hand is pushing down. A neighbor's overly friendly dog is trying to jump up and you're just kind of pushing him down, and you're reaching up overhead, the sun's getting in your eyes, and you just kind of want to block that glare a little bit. So it's white crane spreads its wings. Now as we do the next movement, brush knee, push palm, what we're going to do is we're going to rotate the wrists, both palms turning up. We slowly lower the right hand as we raise the left. And when they're at about 45 degrees, we begin to turn our torso. We flatten the left hand like we're carrying a pizza. Right arm circles out. When it's out at the extension, we lift the left leg. The left hand circles down, right hand comes in by the thumb. Turning at the torso, clear with the left hand pushing down, pushing out with the right. Make sure that the left knee does not come out beyond the left toe. It's going to bring your weight much too far forward. It's going to bother your knee tomorrow. And you also want to have a slight bend so that there's almost a straight line coming from your right ankle all the way up to the right shoulder with your body in a plane position. So this is brush left knee, push right palm. What this looks like is I face the camera. White crane spreads its wings. We have the stretch. Now we have the modification for the balancing. Compression, lift, brush knee, push palm. The right hand should be covering your shoulder. If you're doing this inside and you have access to a mirror, this will give you a little bit of an idea about how far out. We never extend. We don't lock the arms forward. We always go through, only extend about 80%. So, is we're doing brush knee, push palm. The next thing we do is called play the lute. The right hand reaches out. The right foot comes in slightly, pushing back off the ball of the left foot. Hand comes back, left toe is off the ground. Fingertips of the right hand are pointing towards the middle of the left forearm, and the left hand is reaching out again, only to extend about 80%. And we're keeping the hands below eye level. This is called play the lute, or actually it's called play the peepaw, but most people, unless you are a student of Chinese music, have no idea what a peepaw is. So we say play the lute. Again, facing the camera so you can have a little better idea. Hand reaches forward, foot comes forward, foot pushes, left foot pushes back, play the lute. Now, the next movement's a little bit of a challenge, because it requires us to step backwards. And since we don't have eyes in the back of our head, except for mothers and elementary school teachers who seem to have that skill, it's a little bit of an uncomfortable movement for us to do, but let me demonstrate. Play the lute. The left hand passes over, the right arm circles back around. As the right arm goes out, the left foot comes in, touching the side of the right ankle, stepping back then diagonally, the right hand comes in, pivoting at the waist. This is called repulse monkey. And apparently the story behind this is it's called repulse monkey because at one of the temples there was a comedian who thought it would be really cute to, while people were feeding the monkeys, to have an empty hand out, and the monkey didn't have any sense of humor and grabbed him by the wrist. I've actually seen monkeys have a pretty tight grasp there. You don't want them doing this. So the point is, from play the lute, the left hand turns over, right arm circles back around, the foot comes in, stepping back, toe touch, heel turns in, repulse monkey. It'll take a little bit of time for you to get comfortable with this because you are stepping backwards. Practice this. Do not practice anywhere near where there are steps behind you. Practice it, you get a nice open space to do this. And the other nice thing you may have noticed about this form is it doesn't take a lot of space and you don't need a lot of specialized equipment. Some people ask about shoes and I say, well, it's two things I recommend. Do not wear flip-flops or stiletto heels, or do not wear golf or track shoes. The cleats kind of dig in and they don't allow you to pivot and turn. So, we have gone through, in this particular section, we have just completed repulse monkey. Now this next movement is called strike tiger left. I personally don't think it's a good idea to try striking tigers. They tend to be singularly with a lack of humor. So the weight shifts back. We lift the right toe. We turn the foot 45 degrees. Bring the weight into the right foot. Left hand comes across in front of the right hip. Lift the left leg, stepping back. Both hands make a fist circling down. The right hand, the fist stops below your navel. The left hand, the fist stops overhead. Strike tiger left. Let me do this facing the camera. Okay, so. Repulse monkey, pivot, hands circling around, left fist overhead, right fist below navel, strike tiger left. This is the only movement in which we do a turn where we're facing away from where we are on the in the form. Otherwise, we're all generally facing either directly forward in class or to the right or the left side. So after we've done strike tiger left, we start to come into this whole sequence of animal names. We continue. We've done play the lute, we've done repulse monkey, we've done strike tiger. The next movement is part wild horse's mane. And we begin with strike tiger left. the weight comes back. We lift the left toe. We turn it 90 degrees to the right. As we shift the weight into the left foot, we pivot on the ball of the right foot, open the hands, lift the foot, bringing the left hand down, and we step out with the right foot, draw the left hand through the middle of the right forearm, left hand pushes down, and we reach out fingertips below eye level, part wild horse's mane. So we've had quite a little session here. Let's go through and review just what we've been doing in tutorial number 2 today. So we've gone from white crane spreads its wings, brush left knee, push right palm, play the lute, repulse monkey, left hand turns over, right arm circling around, lift the left foot, bring it in, stepping back diagonally. Repulse monkey, lift the right toe, turn 45 degrees, sink weight into right foot, lift the left foot, hands make fists, strike tiger left, pivot, turn, part wild horse's mane. We bring a little bit of a half step forward, drop the hand, lift the left foot, step forward, clear with the left hand, punch to groin. We've finally gotten away from these animal names, but that's okay. Be patient because we're going to be encountering them again shortly. So what I'd like to do is review everything that we've done up to this point. And by the way, we're over halfway through the form at this point. The entire time to do this form should be 2.5 to 3 minutes. So it doesn't take a lot of time, doesn't take a lot of space, but it's all good. Prepare. Begin. Raise hands. Slight bend to the knees. Fingertips point to the floor. Wave hands like clouds. Step left. Single whip. Fist under elbow. Drop the shoulders, sink the chest. White crane spreads its wings. Stretch up high. Palms turn over. Brush left knee, push right palm. Reach out with the right hand, push back. Play the lute. Left toe is off the ground. Left palm turns over. Circling around. Repulse monkey right. Shift weight to right foot. Strike tiger left. Pivot on left heel, turn 90 degrees. Pivot on ball of right foot. Lift the right foot, stepping out. Part wild horse's mane. Weight comes forward, right hand drops making fist. Left foot lifts, open the hip. Punch to groin. That's going to be more than enough to keep you busy until we come through with our next tutorial, number 3. And we're going to do some really enjoyable things here where you're going to see a lot of turning and some work on balance. If you're interested in working on balance, one of the things that you can do is take a chair or a kitchen countertop, rest one hand on it, lift the other leg, draw it up so that the thigh is parallel to the ground, and drop the ankle so the toe points down. Hold this for 15 seconds, turn, go the other way. Again, hold this for 15 seconds, and do a repetition of 3 times on each foot. It'll all work out. You'll begin to develop some balance and leg strength. So again, thank you so much. If you enjoyed the class, please tell your friends about it. If you have questions, please list them in the comments. I will go through and be checking. And students, thank you so much. I say Tong Shui Shei Shei. Students, goodbye. Tong Shui Zaijian.